Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Wednesday, January 21st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 67. In hour one of today's show, we'll talk about the top transfer portal targets for your LSU Tigers. Then a little bit later on in the show, Dr. Stephen Etheridge joins us at 8 a.m. Then 8:30, LSU women's basketball coach Kim Mulkey. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio, brought to you by Hood Dental, starts now.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Boom!
Live from the Raising Cane studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Welcome in, OTB, here on this Wednesday morning. Of course, every Wednesday brought to you by Hood Dental Care. Shout out to them for helping us out here on Wednesdays. Jake Flynn, Moose, and Tay-Tay here with you this morning. Glad to be back. Missed you, fellas. Y'all crushed it the last 2 days. On site, off site, didn't matter. Holding down the fort.
Well, we certainly survived. We are here. We're still here, so we're
still on
we
air.
missed you as well. Glad to be back.
I was yesterday, Dick Dixon.
Yep.
At the food bank.
That's right. Mr. Richard Dixon, kind enough to join us yesterday.
Any morning show that does anything like that where it's going to be like the station's there all day.
Yeah.
Like when you get there, you're wondering, am I in the right spot? Mm-hmm. Nobody's in here. And then by the end of it gets chaotic.
And usually a morning show, like there's always one person, whatever site you're going to, that's like working there, was sent there to open the door for the morning show people. So it usually takes a while. The food bank's a very large place too. I had to drive around quite a bit to find the door, find the entrance, and find that one person that was there to open the door. So we made it, and it was a great event, man. It was maybe not the most conducive for acoustics, radio maybe. So it was probably a little muffled, a little noisy, but noisy in the best way because at the Baton Rouge Food Bank there was lots of volunteers, a lot of good things happening over there. So really impressive facility. Really, it was really cool to see. I had never really been over there, but we got to learn a lot about it. And certainly everybody here at the Guarantee Corporation was over there and volunteering their time and enjoyed it. Yeah, it was great. It was a great event.
Do they know you can't deal with multiple sounds at the same time?
That is, like I said, I always say I'm a diagnosed squirrel seer, and there was a lot of squirrels there. And I was trying to deal with it, trying to focus in, trying to put the blinders on, if you will. But then Sweet Caroline was played very loud, and I told Richard because we're white, we obligatory, we have to sing. We have to sing it at the chorus, clearly.
Yes.
And then I'm like, all right, we're past the music. I'm used to the music now. I can really focus in on these sports takes. Then they started banging a gong.
Oh.
Because clearly you have a gong.
I think they were testing you.
They were, specifically.
Just you.
They're like, we're going to see what this guy's got. But no, we made it.
Good.
It was good. But no, thanks to Mr. Richard Dixon for filling in. Certainly couldn't have done it alone. Wouldn't have been fun to listen to.
I think you'd have used all your material in first 3 segments and then probably just said, all right, well, I'm done, guys.
I was like, hey, Richard, we're going to just kind of we're just going to talk, just hang out. Like this first segment of the show, we're just going to talk. We're just going to spit a little bit. And second segment, we're going to come back. We're going to start diving into the game, the national championship game. I was like, hey, Richard, what's going on, man? Welcome to Off the Bench, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, did you see the game last night? And I was like, no, bro, save it. Man, we can't blow a segment here. We can't waste the material. So, we were reaching, but it was good.
Yeah, you can't, during breaks, we're not talking to each other. We can't use anything that we would use on air. So, again, shout out to Dick Dixon. Appreciate him filling in for me. Moose, how we doing? How we living, brother?
We're living. We're doing fine. It's a little early, as always, when I'm in here with you boys, but glad to be here, man. A little Wednesday hump day action. So we're almost through another week, and it's been another busy one, hasn't it?
Yeah, always and forever. Are we over Bregman yet? Been meaning to ask you. Hadn't seen you. Been out.
Yeah, man. I'm no longer in a good mood. No, we're not. We're not over that.
I'm not happy to be
I actually
here.
am about to send in my application to play third base for the Boston Red Sox because they seem to just feel like that's not an important position on the field. They traded their
After
last
having
third
two.
baseman. Yeah. And then the guy they traded their last third baseman to bring in so he could play third base left in free agency. So, vibes are not high there at all, actually. Not over that. No.
Sorry. I mean, The Rip is out. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon's new movie, so that's like good for Boston adjacent, I guess, even though it's set in Miami. So, like, does that help it at all?
No, I mean, I really don't care what's good for Boston, like the city and their vibes. I care about the Red Sox. So, no, that doesn't really help.
Sorry, I'm trying.
Yeah, no,
I'm trying.
The effort is very much respected.
Yeah, and we're not a Patriots fan, obviously, so that doesn't help either.
No,
so.
no.
All right, well, we'll see if we can find something to help out throughout the show. Tay, how we doing?
We're good today. We got a long boy today, but we're going to make it. We got the coaches show tonight till 8 o'clock. So
Which
that'll
coach?
be fun. Look.
Which coaching shows tonight?
Yeah, so Mulkey was last night, McMahon tonight.
Okay.
And, you'll be proud of me. Raw dog the whole show yesterday, nothing but water. And then about 2:45 rolled around, I was done.
New year, new you, or just forgot?
No, guys. We got one today. It's
Okay.
not be crazy.
Yeah, what
2 days
happened?
in a row.
Okay.
That ain't happening.
Like,
You
what
forgot
happened?
one yesterday?
I didn't
Yesterday?
want to I wanted to ask you yesterday when you said that
It
on
was-
air, but like the back and forth to the studio to the locations.
I didn't forget. It was intentional. I was leaving for work. I was like, I feel pretty good. I don't need one. Like,
Sure. I'm gonna
respect
do this.
the body a little bit.
I'm gonna do this
And
day
then-
on vibes only.
And it was not a good decision. About 2:30, 2:45, I was done.
At least take it with you, just in case you have it.
Wear it on my belt.
Yeah.
In case I need to pull it out real quick.
I mean, Flynn, you should wear his phone on his belt. Why can't you wear an energy drink on your
He
belt?
did.
Gotta let the people know.
That's right.
Convenient.
Where's
let the people know.
Alondra?
Londra's in Houston.
Okay.
She has to take an AFR remote this afternoon in Houston. The Bear Bryant Award.
Oh, so we're doing
that's right.
we're doing like the wife swap.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Show.
Yeah,
I don't know if
actually.
I'm,
I mean,
I don't know if
you
I'm
know
a
what I
wife,
mean. I mean,
but
you know,
Who selects that one?
I don't love that so much.
It's the name of the show. Where like
It is.
Hey, you're gonna go live with them, and he's gonna come live with you, and
Yeah.
okay, all right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. What are they doing in Houston?
The Bear Bryant Award.
The Bear Bryant Award.
I know, but,
literally
like,
said it.
but why?
Like, why?
Have a presence.
But like,
Okay,
Have
all
a
right,
presence.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all said that. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
but like,
But
what
why?
are they doing?
Okay. All right. Cool.
I mean, we actually have a big listener base in Houston.
No, we
so,
do. I should
yeah.
know like the Bear Bryant Award. I didn't know like
I don't know
LSU
who's
had somebody
there.
there. Or,
Yeah, I don't know who's there.
I didn't think anybody from LSU was up for anything. That's
Talking
why
about that
No, yeah,
Alabama coach.
nobody from LSU is up for anything now.
Okay.
All right. Bet.
All right. Go team. I didn't get a chance to talk national championship, obviously, with you yesterday. I talked pregame with you on Monday, but didn't get a chance to talk about it after the fact. And we'll find probably our way here and there throughout the show. Certainly, we'll give you LSU update on the portal and who's in the portal and all of that. But being boots on the ground there in Miami for the game, great game, remarkable game, great fight between both teams. Both fan bases did as much as they possibly could. It's probably 60-40 Indiana. A smaller stadium, but I think that actually helped because it's kind of a little bit on top of you.
Yep. Well, I want to know.
Great weather, too.
When was the last time that stadium saw an environment anywhere close to that? Ever?
I mean, so.
My God,
it's
it
the-
looked like it was rocking. It looked like it was loud.
Hard Rock or Miami?
Well, listen, it's the old Pro Player Stadium that they just renovated. I didn't know that until I got there.
Oh, so it's the same
So
stadium?
people
Yeah.
kept asking me, "Hey, have you played here?" I said, when I played the Dolphins, it was a baseball field still because the Marlins were playing, and it didn't look like this. They're like, "Oh no, but this is Pro Player. They just renovated." I was like, this whole time I thought this was a new stadium that they built, and they're like, "No, it's Pro Player. Just they tore off like the upper decks and they tore out like the outside facade and changed it up." So I was like, no clue. So maybe at some time during the Dolphins' good years they had one, but as far as like it being Hard Rock,
They had a Super Bowl there a couple years ago, right? Wasn't the J-Lo Shakira halftime show in Miami?
I would
Yeah,
challenge whatever that environment was like to this one that I was.
No Super Bowl is wild and crazy because there's a decent amount of fans there, but it's like, if you have
a lot of celebrities.
Two teams, there's a lot of celebrities. There's a lot of just football fans that that's a bucket list trip to go to the Super Bowl. They don't care who it is.
Players go.
It's not like Die Hard, one school versus the other.
This was Die Hard.
I was gonna say when Miami hosted Notre Dame that Monday night opening week of college, that was a pretty good atmosphere for them. I mean, it's Notre Dame, Miami, like they're gonna show out for that one, that old historic rivalry. But I don't think, obviously, I wasn't there, but just listening on the TV, watching both those games, it sounded like the championship game was better.
It was great.
Most of the tickets for Miami games were $6.
Well, I was about to say for Notre Dame, Miami, you probably could have got in for about $12.
$3,000. Yeah. I mean, there were so many people like hanging out of suites in this one too. Like the suites were packed. They maximized their profit on this one because like the way the stadium is, you have to go through the suites to get to the press box. And so like you see all of it. I mean, they were packed to the brim. So it was an incredible environment, a great game. Shout out to Indiana. And I know we've talked about it in so many different ways, and we all know Indiana football is bad and for just forever. And we talked about it on the broadcast multiple times. We're like, dude, we're on this sideline, right? We did the show on Miami sideline, and it was like star after star after star. But you look up, and just football players. It was Edgerrin James, Clinton Portis, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Reggie Wayne, Willis McGahee, Vince Woolfolk, Bryant McKinney. Like y'all, it was the Hoosiers. It was Gino Torretta, who won a Heisman Trophy that everybody kind of forgets about, but Gino Torretta, Vinny Testaverde, Bernie Kosar, like everybody. And me and Coach Neuheisel doing the show, we're like, hey, if we went over to the other sideline, you think maybe we could run into Antoine Randall? Because it was like,
maybe.
Who else? Like seriously, like who else? Like I had a former teammate, Chris Dillman, shout out to Dill, he was an all-pro, but he was a guard. Like he's not a household name. Like think about it. Like who else in Indiana football history? Because Michael Penix finished at Washington. Like, is there another name that would be somewhat of a household football name?
Well, you saw that, like, even on the national broadcast when the captains went out. The guest captains was Michael Irvin was on one guest captain. Thank you for letting him do that, by the way.
We caught up with Mike.
Then the Indiana guest captain, I didn't know who it was.
I didn't even see that. Who was it?
You better remember.
You might know.
I don't remember.
I didn't see. I was just paying attention to the fact that Michael Irvin was out there.
Absolutely, everybody
Trent
was.
Green.
Okay.
That'd be the next biggest name.
All right, Trent. Like we were learning during the broadcast of Indiana alum. Like I didn't know Joe Buck. All right, shout out Joe Buck. He went to Indiana. Heather Dinage, my colleague at SiriusXM who does the College Football Playoff for ESPN. It's like, yeah, she's an Indiana. I'm like, okay, we're learning as we go. I don't think the world knew Mark Cuban was an Indiana alum until a couple weeks ago.
I was about to say I learned that during the playoffs. Yeah.
Some good running backs. I wouldn't call them stars, like Jordan Howard, Tevin Coleman. Good players in the NFL.
I know who those players are.
Yeah, good players in the NFL, but like not like stars.
If you went across the hall to Brain, he ain't knowing who Tevin Coleman is, and he played for the Falcons. He ain't gonna know that. So the whole point is like every aspect of the game, you're sitting there thinking like Indiana's really here.
Their guest captain was Adewale Ungale.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course it is.
I definitely didn't say that even close to right.
Adebayo Bitsboy?
Yep. He's the leading sack leader for the Hoosiers.
All right.
11 years in the NFL, too.
I'll have to look at the name.
That? Well, how would you pronounce that?
I have no idea, Flynn.
Okay, good.
I'll have to look that up.
I think you nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I think you crushed it.
You got it phonetically.
Good
to the
for me.
point.
Totally
That
kept
just
myself.
drives home the point. Does anybody know how many winning seasons, counting this one, since the turn of the century, since 2000?
Okay.
How many winning football seasons does Indiana football have, counting the last two?
I'll say 4.
Okay.
I was going to say 3.
I'm going to say 2.
5, counting this one. They've had, in 25 seasons, they've had 20 losing seasons and only 5 winning seasons. And one of those seasons is during a COVID year where you only played 8 games, right? So before that, in 2020, they were 6-2. In 2019, they were 8-5. And then you've got to go all the way back. Let's see. Oh, we're having to go way back. Oh, Cameron's the head coach. Jerry DiNardo was the head coach. Bill Lynch had a couple of them, but they had multiple 6 and 7 seasons, And that was considered good because you'd make a bowl game. You make the Pinstripe Bowl in 2015. In 2016, the Foster Farms Bowl, in which you lost. And so really outside of Tom Allen, who did have a couple of years there with Michael Penix Jr., you had Kalen DeBoer OC, Kane Womack as your DC. Y'all, that's it. Like, there's a lot of bad from Cam Cameron. There's even worse from Jerry DiNardo. And they just won a national championship. In the last 25 seasons, they've only had 5 winning seasons. The last 2 with Curt Cignetti. Everything else before that. And I want to make sure I got my math right because I'm looking at 2020. Oh, he had a 7-6 season with old Bill Lynch where he lost the Insight Bowl. That's the one I was missing.
The what bowl?
The Insight.
The Insight Bowl.
The Insight Bowl.
I have no recollection of that bowl game ever.
Never heard of that in my life.
So, with all those stats being known, you can imagine what those fans were like. They never thought in their wildest dreams they would ever see them playing a playoff, much less winning a national. There was tears. There was people just like couldn't control themselves. So I work with Rhett Lewis, who works for the NFL Network, but also works for us at Sirius and works for the Big Ten Network. And he played football at Indiana. And just like to see him, like, he's like, we've talked about LSU so many times, and we've talked about all these programs together like so many times, and like I never got a chance to be a part of the conversation because I played football at Indiana. Mm-hmm. He's like, but now we're on top of the mountain, and like you can just tell like
about
what
us now.
Yeah. And like it hits you. You're like, man, those are some fan bases, and there's plenty across the country, but Indiana before this year was the losingest program. Northwestern now takes that title, but in the new age, that there's a lot of bad. There's more issues in vogue with the way that we do college football now. But one of the positives is a team like Indiana and a fan base like Indiana can now go win a championship.
It's a wild state of college football, certainly, with everything that's going on. But I kind of talked about this yesterday. Like, it's so unprecedented what they did. It's so out of the box. It's something that you could never have predicted in a million years. It's like as SEC people, it's like wrapping our heads around Mississippi State winning a national championship and going 16-0. But it's even a little bit crazier than that. Because as little success Mississippi State's had, they've had more than Indiana. Yeah. But it's like we had to wrap our heads around that. So like that fan base over there, it's like, you know, man, they've deserved this. Man, they've earned this. That fan base, man, they've been waiting a long time for this. No, they haven't. They didn't expect any of this.
No.
They have no clue. Like, this is something that has just fallen into their laps. And it's not like they've been close for so long and they finally broke through. No, this is something that was completely unexpected. Yes, getting a Mississippi State fan out there. Do you think you'll be 16-0 one year, win the national championship within 2 years of hiring a 64-year-old head coach?
From JMU.
You think it's going to happen?
Who was coaching at Elon 7 years before that?
Yeah. It's certainly and that win during the game, it was a gritty win. It was an unprecedented win.
Yeah.
And it's hard to even explain. And I don't even think it's fair, like, for all the other college programs in the country that are like, well, the blueprint's there. It can be done. Head coaches, if you get hired, you better get it done quick.
Yeah.
Because the blueprint's there. It can be done. What they did is going to be so unfair to all the programs all across the country because you can't, I don't think you can recreate that situation.
Right.
Like, even if, like, so Indiana was a bottom tier team.
Right.
Like, even if, like, you're a mid-tier team and you're like, well, we have the opportunity to recreate that because a team worse than us.
Yeah. In the Big Ten.
In the Big Ten. Yeah. So, like, look across the country. It's like, all right, your Utahs, your BYUs, Kansas State, like all these people that are kind of right there, kind of teetering between really good and just kind of good. Like, they're like, man, we got opportunity here because Indiana did it. Well, no, it's not fair to judge anybody off of what Curt Cignetti and his staff did because I think it's so rare what they just did, even in this NIL world, that I don't think it's going to be really hard to recreate anything similar to that.
It certainly is. And real quick, and I know we're long for a break here. I hadn't been here in a couple of days. Got a lot of stuff we got to get out of here. Tate, you'll remember this too, obviously. You're a little bit younger. But remember the feeling when LSU in 2003 like when they were on that run, it's like LSU might make a damn national
Feels a little
championship
different.
game.
Yeah.
Like even like that. And LSU had won 158. They had gone to Orange Bowls and Sugar Bowls and had success, but I remember that feeling of I never thought, like in my lifetime, we were excited to go to the Independence Bowl. Like that was a big deal in the mid-90s. And I remember that feeling, and like it's one that's hard to explain unless you've gone through it.
Yeah, it's because it's one that starts out with just like a base level of expectation, and then optimism just builds with each passing week. Like and it's like, oh man, wait, is this about to happen? Are you about to actually see something that you never even really dreamed of seeing? And then you get there and it's euphoric, all of it. I mean, it's why no matter how much success LSU has had over the last 25 years now, that year stands out among all of them because it was, for so many, the first, right? I mean, like
even 01's run like to the Sugar Bowl against Illinois, like felt like, is this really real? And that was just a Sugar Bowl appearance.
Well, that's why people still remember
Yeah.
Saban so fondly around here, even though his time at Alabama, because everybody's like, he built it. Like he built what you are today.
Yeah. Indiana.
I thought 07 stuck out a little bit more.
07 was a great year.
You're on both teams, bud. It's okay. The signals you were given in 03 with the headphones that were tucked into your belt that had no real device they were tucked into.
We think it's the offensive assistant coach that's signaling, but that one 18-year-old over there is really putting his heart into it.
18-year-old with
fake signals.
With high school acne probably still. He's doing the deal. All right. We got to take a break. More OTB coming back your way. It is OTB brought to you by Hood Dental every single Wednesday. Remember, go to their website. You can go to hooddentalcare.com. Multiple locations here in the area. hooddentalcare.com. More coming your way.
Off the bench.
All right. If you are enjoying the NFL playoffs, if you're kicking your feet up watching a little ball, well, you should do it with a nice cold Dos Equis. It's always crisp, refreshing, and brewed for people who actually appreciate great beer. So whether you're grilling on Sunday, watching a little football, watching it with the crew, just cracking one open after maybe a long day, Dos Equis fits the moment every single time. It is always going to be the go-to. It's balanced, it's smooth, it's easy to drink all game long. So next time you're at the store, skip the guesswork, grab Dos Equis because the most interesting game deserves the most interesting beer.
That's right, Dos Equis. If you're going to do it, make sure you do it responsibly. But make sure if you're going to grab yourself a beer and pop a top this week or this weekend, whatever, make sure it's a Dos Equis. Make sure you're going for Dos. And yeah, they got their Lager Especial, that delicious Mexican lager, but they also have their Amber Especial. They got a lime and salt zero. They got their cheladas, their micheladas. They got something for everything. So make sure you get to the store, get them iced down, go for Dos Equis.
My eyes are open wide. By the way, I made it through the day. I watched the world outside. By the way,
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Always want to remind you about our friends over at K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. You can go to K2ZBlinds.com. That's KTOZBlinds.com for more information, contact information, top right corner of the website in the 985, the 225, and the 337. But also check out their service area, which is on the website. We've had some of our loyal listeners in Alexandria they've been able to help out. I know they've helped my dad out all the way up in Shreveport. So just make that call, see what they can do for you, again, throughout the state of Louisiana. Chances are Brandon Barton and the team can come help you out in your project. Again, go to their website today, and that is KTOZBlinds.com. All right, Tay-Tay, I'm going to need you to help me out. I've been in Miami since Friday. I'm back. I need you to give me like a brief little catch up of what I've missed, because I feel like I've missed a lot in the transfer portal window in the update, because it did close. Let's see, what's today? 21st. So 3 days ago it did close, but if you were already in, that's okay. You just had to be in by the 18th. Also, Indiana, Miami, those players have now 3 more days to enter the transfer portal. So what is the latest for LSU?
Well, 3 offensive linemen over the weekend between Friday and Sunday, which was big. Eliu Ba, probably the most experienced, 23 games consecutively started at right guard for Maryland. You did get Devin Harper as well. Theo Grace, who we talked about, Zach Grace, Jake's favorite fullback. His brother, the linebacker from North Dakota, committed actually yesterday. You're still waiting on the Jordan Seaton saga to come to a close. And then Princewell Umanmielen, the guy who wanted to enter the portal. Ole Miss was kind of like blocking it or whatever. His name is now officially in the portal. Obviously, he has a tie to Kiffin. But, Jake, when the portal really started going, you sat up there and you said, I think at least 25 guys will be signed in this class. Well, you nailed it, and you probably didn't go high enough. LSU now has 40 players with Theo Grace. You have 40 players in the portal and potentially a few more.
I got a question. How is explain to me some rules here. This Prince fella. How did he enter?
You talk about how his name is entering because he announced he was entering before the deadline. Ole Miss tried to block it, so his name wasn't official. But he announced.
How can you block it?
I don't know. You can't clearly.
You can't.
How can you do anything?
I don't know. You can't.
Yeah,
just sue him.
Because you have 48 hours when a player announces. You have 48 hours to release them.
Right.
And some teams try to hold up, don't want to do it, but
and I know there was
goes
some
from the
stuff
time
with,
he announced.
Yeah, and I know there was some stuff with the school, going into a weekend. It's like the 18th was the deadline, but there was a weekend, and there was MLK Day, so things wouldn't have got filed until the mid this week. I know there's a lot of confusion there, but I was a little confused when I saw his name pop up yesterday, and I was like, I thought it ended last week, but I guess not.
No, and then for Miami and Indiana, because they just finished up.
Yep.
They had 5 days after their game, and so we're 2 days past that. So now they've still got multiple days because Fernando Mendoza's brother actually already entered the portal. Looks like he's going to Georgia Tech. It felt like being there at the game, that was kind of a bad kept secret that he was going to enter the portal. I think a lot of people thought maybe Duke, because Dario Mensah was kind of stolen from Duke by Miami. And, gosh, you're talking about their commissioner, Jim Phillips, and kind of an awkward spot he's put in.
Yeah.
Because
cannibalizing
with the Williams situation from Washington, the Big Ten, Tony Petitti's he's going to have Washington's having the full weight of the Big Ten behind them. Well, that was because Williams was thought to be going to LSU, an SEC school. This is ACC on ACC crime in this situation. Mm-hmm. So, Jim Phillips, what do you do? Do I stand up for our ACC champion Duke Blue Devils, or do I stand up for the team that just was a couple plays away from a national championship?
Yeah. Awkward.
Yes, very much so.
I think you probably just go ahead and side with Miami on that one.
Just throw Duke to the side.
I hope they come down on him, and I hope they make him stay at Duke awkwardly. That's what I hope.
Well, it's not going to happen at Washington.
Yeah, but this was a contract that was signed last year.
Yeah,
this wasn't like a ink hadn't dried situation.
Right. Yeah,
he did. We played that sweet video of him on Monday, announcing a month ago, doing the fake LeBron, taking my talents, and then he's like, "No, let's just run it back here at Duke." We showed that on Monday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That didn't age great.
No.
Yeah, a month ago they put out a video Duke football, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're staying. Let's run it back."
All right.
Run straight to Miami, Florida.
After being there for the last couple of days.
Hey, you talking LeBron? He also took his talents to South Beach, so it actually works.
South Beach. Let's
it
go.
Actually works.
He did. That he did. You mentioned Jordan Seaton there. Obviously, there's been a lot of buzz. There's been a lot of crystal balls. There's been a lot of this, that, and the other. And I know Lane Kiffin.
Tiger emojis.
A lot of tiger emojis. Lane Kiffin takes a plane to Atlanta to try to secure that commitment from Jordan Seaton. And I also know that on social media, Jordan Seaton posted a picture, welcome to Atlanta, Oregon football with Dan Lanning. And that's to be believed after Lane Kiffin visited Atlanta. So I don't know if he's making a decision. I don't know if this tells you he's holding up the little O here for Oregon. I don't know if that means he's trending towards Oregon.
Well, here's my understanding that he doesn't, at this point, doesn't really need to be in a big hurry to make a decision because he can't enroll in school anyway for this semester, right? So I'm assuming that he's not going to be in any spring training anywhere or enrolled at a school. He's taking the semester off.
I think the deadline actually to enroll to LSU was yesterday.
Yesterday, right.
Wait, how can you take a semester off of school? Don't you have to have a certain amount of hours to be eligible?
That sounds correct, yeah.
I don't know. Carson Beck said he hadn't been to school in 2 years.
Well, he
I don't know the
graduated.
rules.
So, if he's taking, online courses just to have hours, but you have to do something. You have to
That's
be
what I
working,
thought.
You have to be working towards a degree, be it a bachelor's or a master's.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
You gotta go to some school.
You're talking crazy right now, man. You don't have to go to school to be a student athlete.
I'm gonna sue if you make me go to school. I'm gonna win.
So
and
I'm
then
just
I'm not gonna have to
assuming,
go.
I'm just assuming he's not going to be in spring training for wherever he's signing because you can't enroll in that school. Maybe he's taking some University of Phoenix online classes or something to get a couple of credits. But I'm just assuming he's not going to be enrolled just based on that. I was looking at you're talking about how Indiana and Miami, their players get 5 extra days to enter the portal because they were in the national championship. I was looking at next year's schedule. The national championship's a week after this year.
January
It's on
25th.
25th. And I was kind of looking at the schedule and stuff. The national championship's on the 25th. Next year, on January 21st is when you have to be enrolled in that second semester to be able to get credits for a school as well. So the last game of college football season isn't going to be till after kids have to be enrolled in a school to actually get a credit for that semester.
Right.
Which is mind-blowing what imbecile thought that was a good idea.
The calendar, and people differ on this. Actually, let's
differs on this?
More people than you think. I was just around a lot of them.
Dummies.
Let's do this so we can try to stay on time somewhat today. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the calendar, where it's at. You mentioned January 25th. What are we doing? That's almost in February. We've kind of lost the thread on maybe what we should be doing here. We'll talk about it when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, if you're thinking about adding a pool to your backyard, you can stop scrolling and start calling Russell Pool Company. As we've been telling you, they've been doing this for decades. Custom pools, quality craftsmanship, and zero shortcuts. From design to completion, and it's also something we talk about all the time. From start, in between, to the finish, and afterwards, they can be that maintenance for your pool as well. They can handle everything right there. So whether you want a family pool, a backyard oasis, or the ultimate hangout spot for game days, they build it exactly how you want it. You can check out all that information in a gallery of work at russellpools.com.
That's right. Custom Pools, the best custom pool builder in Louisiana. When you think of the highest quality pools, you think of the name Russell Pools. So if you're looking for some water features, some fire features, some sun deck, lazy river, can I get a hot tub? Somebody, whatever you dream, whatever's in that mind of yours, they can build it, they can design it, they can draw it, they can maintain it, they can literally do everything. Take your dream to reality right there, russellpools.com.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Always remember, when it comes to your money, you bank with the people who actually know your name. You're not just an account number, and that's always going to be First American Bank and Trust. They've been servicing Louisiana communities for generations, offering personal banking, business banking, and lending solutions with real local service you can count on. So whether you're opening your first account, if you're trying to grow your business, or you're planning for the future, their team is always here to help every step of the way. We're proud to have them on the team over the last couple of weeks and certainly moving forward. And you can always move forward with First American Bank and Trust. You can visit them online and find all that information. Check out the mobile banking options they have for you as well. That website is going to be fabt.com. Again, you can learn more about First American Bank and Trust at fabt.com.
True. Hey, I wanted to ask you, so you were in Miami for...
Okay, well, we had a teaser.
Okay.
But go ahead and ask your question.
Go ahead, bud. This was not a short question.
Okay, go ahead. This is not a short question, or is it
No,
short?
it's not a short question.
It's not?
No. Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I wanted to hear, like, we talked about when you were gone, about, like, how we did, but you were doing the most interesting things.
Yeah.
You were at Media Day. You were on the field interviewing DJ Khaled. You were interviewing Mark Cuban. Wanted to hear about your time.
Okay.
So just screwed up your thoughts, but, there you go. That's what we do here. We don't really plan things out.
I know. We'll get to that.
No,
we'll get to that. Yeah, we will. We'll get to it. Because there's a lot. There's a lot. We were talking about it on the drive-in. There's a lot. We'll get to that. But I know you want to fix the calendar as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought this was funny. I actually thought of you, like, when in these circles people were talking about it. I was like, hey, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are complaining about playing this game on, January the, 19th, 20th, whatever, 20th. It's like, we're complaining about it. I was like, okay, one, we don't really need all these weeks in between games.
No.
It's like, nobody else does that. The NFL spots the ball the next week, the next week, and the next week. It's like, that's first and foremost. And also, like, if we're complaining, you don't have to be in school to start your season. I said the College World Series is in June. There's no classes in June unless you're taking summer school. And guess what? They still go to Omaha and they play, and there's a champion crowned. I was like, so could we not start, I don't know, August 15th? Could we not start the season? And more than one person was like, yeah, but it's hot. And they were being serious. They were like, there's some places, like, in the desert for Arizona State. I said, let me stop you right there. I was like, I know it is. Like, we played early in the season in Arizona. I was like, but you're not going to win an argument telling a guy from South Louisiana that we can't start the season because it's too hot.
Yep.
I was like, because you know what we're in August? Training camp and helmets and shoulder pads. You're still out there. I said, too hot? They're like, yeah, there's weather concerns. I was like, look, if that's what excuse y'all want to go with, okay, but it's not a good one. Like, start August 15th. Again, you don't have to be in school to start a season. We're playing week 0 games anyways. Just move everything up.
Yeah.
Have week 1 be on August the 15th, and then figure it out from there. Like in the middle of August instead of starting on the 1st of September.
That sounds great, but I don't really think you even have to do that.
I mean, you don't, but if you want to have these multiple weeks and the build-up to the game, sure, I disagree with it.
That's really dumb. You all saw juice.
I know.
Like, there was no juice going into that game. Now, there was juice during the game, maybe the day of, but like, we're not sitting there like on pins and needles the week before the game. Like, man, I can't wait to breaking this down. Like, how many times did we talk about it leading up to the game? Not a lot.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 weeks between every single game. Like you said, NFL, you get done with the last game of the season, and they give you NFL gives you an extra day. They don't do Monday Night Football, just in case. Right. Just in case you're in the playoffs or something, give that extra day of rest. But, like, let's go. First round starts the next week.
Yeah.
It's how it should be. Like, so you don't need to do all the drastic stuff. I mean, with the August 15th, you got conference championships. Then the next week, play the playoffs. Then the next week, play the playoffs.
Or get rid of conference championship games.
Yeah.
If they don't mean as much anyways, there's teams that don't even want to be there now because if they lose, they feel like they're out of the playoff. And I know it's all about dollars and cents, but this doesn't make sense.
Hey, nice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get rid of them. Get rid of them. I love them. I hate it. Going to Atlanta? You kidding me? That was awesome. Like, even in 2005 when we got our brains beat in, it's the SEC championship game. But if you're trying to fix the calendar and teams don't even want to be there because they're like, if we lose, are we going to be in the playoff? There's things you can do, and you keep giving me bad excuses.
I mean, excuse, pretty bad.
I know.
It's
Moose,
going to
I know
be
you
too
want to
hot
jump in here.
Well, to your point about conference championship games, you could replace them. I mean, and still generate revenue, TV ratings, all of that. Why not? If you expand the playoff again, why not some type of play-in game? Like, wouldn't you much rather watch?
Game would be obvious.
Wouldn't you much rather watch Vanderbilt versus Texas for a spot in the CFP rather than Alabama versus Georgia in the SEC championship?
Yes.
Right? Like, hell, you could have Notre Dame play a play-in game versus somebody.
Notre Dame versus BYU.
BYU or something for a playoff. I mean,
because they're going to expand.
Exactly. And those are brands that people will tune in to watch. I mean, look at the ratings for the college football playoff ratings on ESPN were the highest they've ever been this year. And it was a lot of that is because they were great games. But I just think that would be your obvious way to, and you could brand them still if you wanted to with conferences. Like, okay, the teams, that aren't getting the automatic bid or whatever, they're right there. Like, I don't know, teams 4 and 5 in the SEC play each other for a spot in the playoff game. That's still going to be a very compelling matchup that I think you can sell to a television network.
Right.
Well, to your point, like we were talking about it when you were like, how is Miami and Georgia Tech and not the ACC championship game? And it's because each conference has its own set of rules. It's not even uniformity. Like, what's really the point, right? Because, like, Duke won the ACC championship.
What's the point of that?
Didn't get in. Miami didn't play in it. Got in. Notre Dame's not even in a conference. They were considered over Duke. Like, what are you doing?
When the whole argument and complaints are about, like, who should be in the playoffs, who shouldn't. Like, I think I was the only person in the world saying Duke should be in the playoffs because I like to live in a world where there's a metric to hit. Yeah. There's a metric to hit during the season. If you hit that metric, you get rewarded. I get they weren't even close to one of the best teams. They had 5 losses or whatever. But, like, why is there a Power 4 conference if a Power 4 champion isn't even in the playoffs? So it just goes to the point of, like, it's a screwed up rule how they even were given an opportunity to be a conference champion. But, like, don't we all want to live in a world where whether it's sports or work or life or school or whatever it is, like, you hit these metrics, you get rewarded for it, right? And, like, there's no metric really to, like, the metric is moving. The bar moves for everybody. It moves for every year. So,
yeah, I mean, either make it mean some or get rid of it. Like, March Madness does a great job of this. You could be the worst team in the conference. You go on a run and you win your conference tournament, automatic tournament bid.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every sport, all the way down to Pee Wee, makes more sense.
Hey, we got plenty of time to figure it out today. We're gonna figure out college football. Coach Mulkey does have a family situation that popped up, so she's not going to be able to join us today. So we'll kind of update you on what we're going to do at 8:30. So just got the word from her, but team actually continues to look great, so we can talk about that
basketball
as well. Just wanted to give you an update. All right, we'll take one more break here in hour number 1, coming right back your way on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, if you're looking for the best place in town to watch games, grab some really good food, 5 new restaurants, and have a little action on the side, it is Bally's of Baton Rouge. From wall-to-wall TVs, incredible dining options, nonstop gaming, Bally's is the ultimate game day destination, but it doesn't have to be just game day. Now, I mean, in sports, oftentimes every day is game day, but even if you want a night out, if you want a staycation, like whatever you're looking forward to, it's always going to be at Bally's. Brand new hotel. Every single room got an upgrade. The casino floor, completely upgraded. I mentioned 5 brand new restaurants. DraftKings Sportsbook with the biggest TV you've ever seen, butted up against one of the biggest bars you've ever seen. They've got something for everybody over at Bally's of Baton Rouge Casino and Hotel.
Yeah, we're talking table games. We're talking slots. We're talking about a huge DraftKings Sportsbook. And we're talking about a brand new hotel as well. So if you're looking for a little staycation, maybe a little date night, maybe a night out with the fellas or the ladies, make sure you give Bally's of Baton Rouge a chance.
I won't say anything at all, so why don't you slide? Yeah, we're gonna let it slide.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Always remember our Wednesday shows brought to you by Hood Dental Care. You can go to their website today, hooddentalcare.com. Find a location that is nearest you here in the greater Baton Rouge area. It's a hit. Goo Goo Dolls. Like, what are they doing now? We talk about it all the time. That's a band that put out banger after banger after banger. You think they're just like the royalties are just sitting there on a pile of cash? Are they playing a casino tour somewhere that we don't know about?
Maybe I was gonna say a residency potentially,
maybe
somewhere. I mean, hey, how not about it?
I mean, if BSB can have one in Vegas, why can't Goo Goo Dolls have one? Like in Charleston or something. I don't know. Feels right.
Trying to see if
I feel like you don't appreciate the Goo Goo Dolls like I do, and Hunt.
Like, I mean, I appreciate them.
Yeah.
We just
want to know what they're doing. I mean,
they did a
never like had a CD, the Goo Goo Dolls CD or anything.
They did a benefit concert this weekend with Bruce Springsteen up in New Jersey.
Okay, that's pretty big.
The Goo Goo Dolls, they posted it on Twitter.
I mean, Name, Slide, Black Balloon, Iris.
I don't know. We had a little different taste of music growing up.
I liked everything. I mean, as you know,
I did too, but like,
R&B.
I know you. I like everything too. Yeah. But like you really gravitate towards specific genres, just like everybody does.
I mean, R&B is probably the top.
R&B and breakup music for you. I would say.
It's one and the same, kind of. Look, somebody's got to be holding that coffee, staring into the rainy window with the shawl over their shoulder.
Might as well be you.
Might as well be me. Or Dawson on the pier when he makes the ugly cry face. See, you can appreciate some of that too. I mean, breakup music
I appreciate
is
all
WB music.
Sorts of music. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I don't remember the names of albums, like you remember names of albums of people you gravitated towards. Mine would be the Tony Rich Project.
Oh, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
But Tony Rich knew.
They had one.
He had one.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but it was good enough to remember it came out in 95, I think. So 31 years later.
31 years.
31. Nobody knows about Tony Rich. Came out 31 years ago, y'all.
How'd you pull out 95?
I'm pretty sure it's 95.
Good for you.
Look, I got a big head. There's a lot of place for knowledge in here. A lot of place. All right. We got Dr. Stephen Etheridge joining us when we come back at 8:15. I'll kind of give you a rundown of the question that you asked earlier, just about all the going-ons there on the sideline for the game. A lot to get to still. Stay locked in here with us. It is OTB.
Off the bench.
All right. Well, I mean, look, if you know Tony Rich Project came out in 1995, which was 31 years ago, means you were old enough to remember the song when it came out, which means you probably need to go to Rejuve Me Medical. RejuveMeMedical.com is the website. Yeah, like today. Do not wait. Go ahead and get those labs drawn. See what they can do for you to feel like your most youthful self. If something's just not right? If you lost a step, as they say, then you need to go see our friends over at Rejuve Me. And the best part about it, we're very lucky to be syndicated throughout Louisiana. And so if you're listening to us in the state of Louisiana, there is a great chance there's a location that is near you for Rejuve Me to be able to help you out. Go to RejuveMeMedical.com.
Yeah, if you ain't feeling yourself and nobody knows it but you, just like the Tony Rich Project, you need to go check them out. Because you're old. And I can say that because I'm old. And so I get those privileges now. I can call people that. But go check them out. Get feeling like your younger self. RejuveMeMedical.com.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.